Welcome to the podcast today, everybody. My name is Wildfang, and of course, it's going to be another doubles episode, so it's just me and Darkwave today. Everybody else is missing, or the fact that this is super fucking late that we're doing this goddamn podcast. Mainly because we're super goddamn late. But whatever, I don't care. Wow. I was about to say, you gone dark on me there, Darkwave.
No, I'll wait for you to go through your
spiel. Oh, I didn't feel like doing the spiel thing today. I was just being super cool, being calm and collected. So, considering that wrestling is a thing that's happened, we got to talk about it. So, let's start with Raw. Start with Monday Night Raw. You seen Raw?
Monday Night Trash.
That's an insult to trash everywhere. It's an insult to garbage. Like, I legit would rather watch a rolling pile of garbage than watch what the fuck happened on Raw. Like, legit, I watched Raw and was super bored. The best match was probably Randy Orton versus what's it called? But that's literally shit. Like, I literally watched the match and was where do I begin with this goddamn Monday Night Raw? God, where do I begin?
I mean, I can make it much easier for you.
What?
No matter how good any matches are, no matter who's on the show, whether we like them or not, there's literally nothing happening. There's no storyline that makes you care. There's no characters, really. I mean, yeah, you may like a Drew McIntyre, you might like a Ricochet, Mustafa Ali.
What the
fuck? But they aren't doing shit.
What the fuck happened to Ricochet anyway?
Who?
Ricochet.
Who?
Oh, my bad.
Buried.
Oh. I was gonna call him Chet.
Buried. It's just, I mean, the same can go for SmackDown. Outside of Roman Reigns and Sasha Banks, there's really nothing on SmackDown. I'm not including the Rollins in this because that feud has been going on for decades.
Yo, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But
at
right this point, when it comes to Raw, it's like watching a show with no plot, and it's just people talking and doing stuff, and you're just like, this looks cool, but there's no point.
Yeah, you're right on that one. I was super bored. And then I was super confused because Randy Orton lost the belt. And then I learned something. I learned that Randy Orton attacked an official backstage and got fined for it.
That was that Adam Pearce thing, sir.
Oh, I thought it was real.
No, sorry.
That was not real?
No. You know when he put his hands on Adam Pearce?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what that was.
Okay. So now I'm an idiot. Okay. So
and
now
even if it was real, Randy Orton, that would be a drop in the bucket for that man. So
okay. But now I have a better question. Why did we give the belt back to Drew McIntyre on Monday Night Raw?
Well, there's been a lot of people comparing this to, because there's some people who are pissed off. There are some people who are confused. I'm more on the banner of I am confused. Drew versus Roman is the better match, as opposed to Roman versus
Randy.
Roman versus Drew is the better match. Yeah. Roman versus Randy and whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of people have said this reminds them of the Attitude Era type stuff where the Stone Cold will win a title. He'll hold it for like 2-3 weeks and then he'll drop it right back and stuff like that. There's a difference though in that. And is that the story or the feud was actually like good. And And at some point we were younger, so we, as younger fans back then, let a lot of things go.
Yeah, we
If this
definitely
feud
did.
was actually interesting, if this feud was actually interesting, captivating, and all that, then I would be, I wouldn't mind much. But it's the fact that this feud has literally done nothing. The Hell in a Cell once again rendered useless for a third year in a row by me. Like, what was the point of the Hell?
Oh, they was
Just to
putting
give
it.
Randy the title, just so he could say, "Yeah, I've beaten Drew at least."
Yeah, and say I took a pipe to his. I it took a pipe to him, which doesn't make
I'll
any
be
sense.
honest with you, man. Randy Orton is great. He's one of my favorites of all time.
I know, I know.
But he's not. They are not. If you look at how he was booked from the time he betrayed Edge up
Yeah,
until after the greatest wrestling match ever, everything leading up to that was fucking fantastic. Even his start with Drew, the start with Drew with the legends and stuff, all that was pretty damn good. It's like after his first loss to Drew McIntyre, it just everything went south. Actually, no, sorry. After his first loss to Keith Lee, the first loss Randy Orton took after beating Edge, it's like it just killed it. Now I get Randy Orton is putting people over. He is in that position to be putting people over, like a Drew McIntyre, like Keith Lee, which is great and it's fun. That's fine. But when you build up a person like Randy Orton, who is this fucking just beast, doing some of the best work since his 2009-8 Viper days, some of his best work since his Legend Killer days.
yeah,
We get that he's older, but if you're gonna make someone this great, you have to go all the way with it. You know, you you could have really used this as a true, like, real last title run for Orton. He doesn't need no more title run. But considering how you booked him, you could have used this as like, okay, Randy is getting older. We have to move into a different direction. But we've booked him so strong that we can make this be like a title run. It might be his last one. So we'll make it be a good one. They have not done that. They didn't do. They had him lose at the wrong time. You know, it's just one of those things where WWE once again shot themselves in the foot. You built up Orton so well, but you want him to also put over people. Orton doesn't have a problem putting over people, but us as fans watching this makes Orton pathetic. It makes him look weak,
yeah. I would agree to that.
and there's just nothing on. And just with him right now, what does he do now? Even his match with Edge at this point is kind of pointless. It honestly, to me, is pointless. I mean, Edge, he lost clean in his match. There's no title. That would have been, it's almost like people say, well, Edge, well, Randy Orton badmouth Edge. Like, okay, who cares? Edge lost practically clean. Practically. I think there was a low blow, but practically he lost clean. Got a punt kick to the head.
Yep.
What is the point to fight Orton now? What to say? Let's do back to our three. I beat you, you beat me. Let's just do it again. For what? Orton asking for another match. He's a heel,
Of course.
and it wasn't and the match they had was not a normal match. It was a last match standing match. So Orton being the prick, being the heel, says, "Let's have a normal match. Can you beat me one-on-one normal match?" Now, yes, Orton did use a low blow, but who cares? The fact is, there's really no point in a match. Orton having a title at least gave Edge motivation to actually want to fight Orton again. There's just no point. It's just I don't know, man. It's just
I mean,
there's
yeah,
nothing happening.
yeah. I 110% understand where you're coming from, because like for me, again, it did not make any sense like on why it just doesn't make any sense for me. It's like, all right, I think you need to plan out Randy Orton a little bit better. Having Randy Orton just do instead of having him go without with a plan, it's not gonna make sense because right now we're leading up to Randy Orton versus fucking The Fiend, and I honestly, I'm sorry, I don't want to watch that.
I don't know. And that's WWE. I mean, the story will be there. It'll be decent, but it's like The Fiend, another character who WWE basically has buried. There's just no care. Like, there's no. It's like, okay, The Fiend gets revenge on people. Ooh, we know he's gonna go after Randy Orton, burn down his house with Sister Abigail on her knees, and he took the title. And it's like, okay, The Fiend's gonna win that. He should win that, and then what? And, and then what? It's like, I don't care. Like, then y'all have y'all little few House of Horrors.
Yeah, they better not do a stupid House of Horrors match. I'm gonna be like, yo, stop.
And it's like, so what? Orton burned down your house. That was like 4 years ago. I get it. Your gimmick is The Fiend never forgets. Those who did him wrong, shit like that. The Fiend never forgets. But it's like, it's not good television. You're gonna do a bunch of references to when Orton took the title and burned your house down, get into a match, basically squash Orton the end. Like, I just don't care, and that's the problem with Raw. None of it matters. Like, nothing. It's just no care. Now they're building something with Drew and what's his name, Sheamus, which is looking like it can be a good feud, but unless they take us to a different direction, we know where this is going. Sheamus did all this, you can do it, bro. I miss us teaming together, bro. Let's do this, bro. All that shit. And to probably, as a typical heel, say, well, I gave you all this praise. I should be the first to get a title since I'm your friend. And then when he feels like he's not getting a title shot first, he'll probably kick Drew and say, I've been your friend first in all these years, and you wouldn't even give me a title shot. What you want to think?
At least it's a match I'd rather see.
Yeah, but this like, the story right now is good. And if they slow burn it, it'd be great. But let's face it, this is WWE. Drew needs a match for TLC.
Oh, no.
I'm assuming TLC will be Randy versus The Fiend. And then Drew needs a match, so you're going to basically take everything you did with Sheamus and just burn it. You're just going to burn it down. Like I said, he's going to be like, he wants a title shot first, and Drew may not give it to him for whatever reason. It could be Adam Pearce may give him a match or something, something stupid. And then when Drew finishes, broke it. The commentators, oh, they were friends. And Price said, oh, Drew, I was this and that for you, and you couldn't even give me a shot at the championship before you give it to anyone else. You kind of neglected, and you didn't thank me for helping you win the championship. Woo, 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 woo. If that's the case, once that happens, my interest is already dead. The match will be great. Now, if they slow burn it to where there's a disagreement, maybe they have a tag team match and Sheamus being heel wants to go a little overboard and Drew stops him. Maybe they really play up into their history. It may be good, but unless they plan on drawing this out to like Royal Rumble, which I doubt.
No, God, no. God,
there's just no care there, man.
But I do think that Sheamus versus wasn't it would be a better match.
Drew?
Yeah, Sheamus versus Drew would be a better match.
I mean, it's going to be a good match. I just hope the story is there. I just hope. Listen, even if the story is kind of like quick and whatever, that'll be fine. As long as it's like not boring.
Yeah.
As long as it's, you know, a good read or a good watch, as you said, I'll be fine. But as of right now, there's nothing on Raw. And I'm not even saying that to be fun. There's legitimately nothing on Raw of importance as far as story. It's just a bunch of matches, a bunch of talking, a bunch of he say, she say BS.
Oh,
and I'm supposed to care.
Yep. And
Mustafa Ali and Shaq and Rico have probably one of the greatest, best match of probably the entire week of all wrestling. Possibly. Maybe. But did we really care? I mean, what are we targeting Ricochet for? What did he do to, you know, feel the wrath of retribution? What the fuck has Ricochet done? Now you can say, oh, Mustafa was trying to get him to join, but it's like, I mean, which Ricochet has every right to join, but it's like, so him getting him to join, you know, gives a match. Now, yes, he did, you know, they did attack Ricochet, but it's like, what did Ricochet do to you to deserve retribution in this so-called storyline where you know you're calling out everyone who are bad people? I haven't seen Ricochet do anything bad to anybody. I've seen Ricochet get his ass whipped and betrayed every fucking time.
Yeah, that's.
But I haven't seen him do anything bad.
Yeah, I've never seen him commit a sin like they say, bro.
You know, I mean,
that shit's false.
You know, not in WWE. Not in WWE anyway. You know, it's like, okay, Ali, what are we getting at here? What are we? It could be a good storyline, but again, what are we getting at? Why do I care? Yeah, the match is great, but the outcome means nothing. You go to next week, and it's just another week, which we saw. He beat Ricochet one week, then he was fighting the fucking Team Raw the next. No, just no continuity, just bouncing from match to match to match to match. You know. I really think that WWE, you know, I think WWE has I think they're back. I think everyone complained about, well, not complain, but praise, like, say, New Japan for, like, 5-star matches, or Kenny Omega, or NXT for, like, their 4- and 5-star matches, and meanwhile they say, oh, WWE's matches don't be that good. You know, sometimes I feel like WWE misses the point. A match is a 5-star match because of the story going into it. When you give me a good match without a story, it's just a match.
Yeah, it's just
a match. If you give me a good match it's just a match with no stakes. Now, if there's like stakes on the end of it, or it's a storyline, the match gets amplified. But when it's just a match with no story, no like, I'll say, you know, Survivor Series spot, or no Money in the Bank not a King of the Ring qualifier or something like that, or a tournament type match. When the outcome means nothing, and there was nothing coming into the story, it's just a match. At that point, no matter how good it is, it's no more than a 3-star match. Unless there's a story that plays in during the match that leads to the end, maybe evolving the plot, you know, involving the storyline. Then it'll bump it up. But a match is a match. It can be good, but I need to be invested. You know, so it's. And I think that we just say, oh, we'll give them a good match every week, and it should be fine. No, we need plot, we need story, we need to care.
Yeah, it doesn't work every time, like legit. And then they go, well, why didn't you guys like this, or why do you guys always don't like this? And we go, well, because this shit is pointless. Like,
or it's bad.
Like, the shit is so bad, bro. Like, legit.
Yeah.
And I get so goddamn mad when I see people, this is the greatest, or this or that. And I'm like, no, I genuinely don't. I don't believe you when you say this. You're probably just trolling. But, like, legit, I've seen somebody echo that match on Raw was the greatest match they've ever had, and I was like, this shit was so the same match. The only difference is there was a Claymore involved.
Well, people are just blind to the facts. It's like they accept mediocrity, and that's the thing. They accept what's given to them and just be like, oh, okay. It's like when people say, I'll use this example. It's like when you're watching Naruto, right?
Yeah.
And you'll say Naruto is trash towards the latter end of it. You'll have the people say, "Oh, what you mean, man? What you mean? The Madara fight?" Okay, the Madara fight. What about everything in between the Madara fight? What about all this dialogue I had to sit there and read up to the Madara fight? What about all this story, this quote story I had to sit through? It wasn't good. Meaning, it's still trash. I don't give a fuck how good a fight is. Or in this case, in wrestling, I don't care how good a match is. If the show is trash, if the storylines are trash, or if it's not a good show, no matter what you do, no matter what you show me, you could have Sasha Banks come out there and strip to a fucking thong. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, if it's a bad show, it's still a bad show. One good segment does not make a good show. It's just like when people say Naruto good. One fight, yeah, that's great, but look at all the garbage that is sifted to get to said good thing. Same thing with wrestling. Look at the amount of garbage you sit through for 3 hours on Monday Night Raw before you get to a good segment. Like, but people accept mediocrity. They say, "Oh, one good segment." Yeah, man, Raw was good, man. That, and they'll talk about that one segment. It's like, okay, what about the other 50 seconds that was on the show? Oh, they were okay, man, but no one talking about that. We talking about the Drew McIntyres. Like, yeah, I wonder why we're not talking about the other shit.
Yeah, that was like the best thing on Raw.
It's like, yeah, we'll talk about the good segment. That doesn't make the show good.
Oh yeah. I used to tell Damo, 1 or 2 good shows. I mean, 1 or 2 good matches does not make the whole show good. It makes the whole show fucking like it. It makes the show have a highlight. Like, I don't even know what to fucking say. It makes the show have at least a highlight.
Play this. Let's say Monday Night Raw has 10 chapters, right?
Yeah.
Let's just call Monday Night Raw a book.
Yeah.
And it's a 10 chapter book.
Yeah.
If you read all 10 chapters and you only found 2 chapters of a book was kind of captivating, that book is trash.
Automatically, bro. Automatically.
It's the same thing with wrestling. That's 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. If I watch 16 segments, so we'll just say 16 chapters, and out of that 16 chapters, I say maybe 3 segments were good. 3 out of 16 is bad. It's not giving a good show. There are good moments. You can say there was a good moment here and there, but the show overall was bad. People don't think that way. People look at it as, oh, well, we had the Randy Orton promo, that was beast, and then we had the Ricochet match, and then that joint was fire, though, and then you got Drew McIntyre, yeah, and it's like, okay, combine that was about maybe 30 minutes of a show. What about the other 100 and what about the other however many? Well, let's see, 124 is 2 hours, right? So, well, no, 6 about 180 hours, 190 hours, 3 hours. So what about the other 120 hours of the show? I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. You give me 30 good minutes. What about the other 100 minutes of the show? Oh, what was it? Garbage? So it's like, what do you expect me to say here? Yeah, that segment was good. Yeah, that match was good. Great. But that's 2 matches out of a fucking 3 hour show. I sat here for 3 hours and all I can get out of this show is 2 segments? And I had to wait almost fucking 2 hours, and I had 2.5 hours to get to those. I mean, for 2.5 hours, I was sitting there pulling my thumb, picking my nose, and just sitting there like, what the hell am I watching? It's ridiculous, man. Monday Night Raw is fucking it's just, there's nothing going on. I don't care what happens.
Yeah,
I like Mustafa Ali. And I like a lot of people on the roster, but nothing's happening.
Yeah, nothing actually happened. That was the funniest shit ever.
Like, nothing happens on this show. Nothing of importance.
Like,
and the only reason why Roman is working out so well because he's finally a fucking heel. And WWE cannot write baby faces for it. Not saying that Drew McIntyre is doing a bad job, but I mean, first of all, Paul Heyman's in charge of the Roman thing. Two, Roman, this is fresh for Roman. You know, he's never been a heel, so our interest is already peaked. Every week we see how he's getting, how he's doing it. Drew McIntyre, he's been face for almost a year now. There's nothing new there. And plus, he's a babyface. Being written by Bruce. There's no real stakes. I mean, this. And not Drew's not doing a bad job. In fact, Drew's doing a great job. I think Drew's a good babyface. He's a tough guy, legit. I think he's doing great as a babyface. But again, there's nothing you can really, do when you have shit writing for you. You have no one backing your writing.
Yeah. And then it looks fucking bad, son.
Yes, it does. You have people on the roster not even. I haven't seen Kevin Owens. Well, Kevin Owens going to be on NXT, but I haven't seen Kevin Owens doing anything important. Aleister Black, you might say he's good as gone.
Yeah, he's trying to go.
Mustafa Ali.
Go back to what's it called.
I mean, can you blame them?
Fuck no.
They've done nothing with him. They have done nothing. This is why. And this is why NXT is failing too. Since we're just talking about wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
NXT is failing because why get invested in these guys, fall in love with these guys and girls, invested in them, only to see them go to the main roster and do nothing? There's no point.
Yeah.
I love Io Shirai. I think Io Shirai is fucking fantastic. She go to the main roster, that's dead.
Oh, yeah, she's dead.
Dead.
She's gone.
And she's not Asuka let me phrase this. Her character is not Asuka where her speaking Japanese would be, when Asuka does it, it's just more of a rib in a fucking obnoxious way. It's kind of an endearing thing because he's just obnoxious, so you can do it, and it's her character. Asuka technically is a prick, a cocky prick, who just yell out blabber in Japanese, say something in English, and keep moving and dance around like a fucking clown.
Yeah.
But it's her character. So that obnoxious Japanese shtick works for her. Io Shirai is not that character. Io Shirai is a serious, no bullshit character. Now, yes, Io can speak English. She can speak it relatively. She can actually speak it better than most people think. Actually, a lot of these people can. They just choose not to really. They choose to script them, which kind of limits them when they have to script them. Instead of just letting them go out there and speak. But Io go to the main roster is done.
Oh yeah, she's
Aleister Black. We all love Aleister Black. I'll never forget when Aleister Black came back from his quote, when he got injured. Legitimately injured. He came back to see when he got attacked in the parking lot and ended up being Gargano. Remember when Aleister Black came back? He beating up the security guard, came in the ring, sat Indian style, told Nikki Cross to bring her ass here.
Yeah.
That was fucking great. He gets to the main roster. He sits in a closet for 10 months. He gets over as a tag team with Ricochet. People say, well, why would he tag team Ricochet? It's like, well, to be fair, they tried to have something from NXT Karaoke. It wasn't the Dusty Classic. So they tried to keep that continuity there. So I can't give him shit on that. But they were getting over. They broke him up. Fine. He goes to SmackDown he sits in the fucking closet. He had a match with Cesaro. Great. He's undefeated pretty much an entire year until he loses to AJ Styles once. No title shots. Nothing.
And then he becomes a heel.
He became a fucking meat shield during the Seth Rollins feud. Then just turns heel because I got hurt because of you guys. No explanation, really. I'm just interpreting why he would turn heel. I got hurt because I'm saving you bastards. I'm tired of shit. That's what I interpret.
Yeah.
but no explanation from him. No real explanation on why I'm now a heel from Aleister Black. He hasn't had an entrance, and God knows how a legit entrance, and God knows how long. They changed his theme music, which I'm not going to shit on too much. But again, his theme did not need to be changed, and it's just like, and I'm just like, what happened? Matt Riddle, bro, Riddle. I mean, he's up and on. He's on the up and up, but again, he's a bit player. Keith Lee, he hasn't done anything important. What has he done? He's done nothing. In fact, he's lost more matches than he's won, most of them by disqualification.
Yeah.
So it's like on Monday Night Raw, they have done nothing with nobody. I don't know, man. It's just no. It's nothing. They have no plans for the United States title. None. In fact, I don't see who beats Bobby Lashley. Who are you building up to beat Bobby Lashley? Keith Lee? Riddle?
I don't know, bro.
He has no feud. He's a United States champion with no feud. No one's even. It's as if Bobby Lashley is walking with his title, and everyone's like, "Oh, no, we're not going for that." No. Where's the point? Now, in the Hurt business is great, but again, why is no one coming after Bobby Lashley? Yeah, I get it. Kayfabe. Why would you want to fight this man? But again, this is for championships. Keith Lee ain't doing shit. What the fuck is Keith Lee doing? Why haven't you challenged Bobby Lashley? You beat Randy Orton. You've had some wins over your belt. Go fight. Give me something else on the show. United States title shot. Something. And not Titus, like we saw that one week. Garbage.
Yo, Titus, I don't understand what happened. I like every time he tried to join a group is either really mean or just really asshole-ish. And it looks like a bunch of dickholes for no reason. And I'm just like, why are you guys being mean to this man when he's trying to join your group? But it's whatever.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I understand Titus O'Neil is a great ambassador. He does great promotion, PR work for WWE. To be honest, I'm surprised he's even there.
Me too.
Like I said, I know why
surprised.
he's there because of the PR. Like I said, he's there because he does such PR and he does more PR than actually wrestling. I don't know if that's due to his age. I don't know if he chose that. But it's just so bizarre. We have championships that no one's even going for. Yeah, I get Survivor Series, but you can still be building feuds. You have pay-per-views 3 weeks after another one. You should be building up feuds. Not, we'll go through all this time and then a week or 2 weeks before pay-per-view, we'll do a fatal four-way to see who's the number one contender for Bobby Lashley. What's the story here? What's the story? Who are you going to get? You gonna put in the fatal four-way, you going to put Keith Lee, Riddle, Humberto, and whom else? And then who wins that one? Keith Lee wins by pinning Humberto because he's the eater of pins. And then you get Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley in a decent match with no story. And if Keith Lee wins, it means nothing. Great, he's United States champion. Just like when Ricochet won the match. Great. But there's nothing behind it. Keith Lee has no opponents. There are no heels on. In fact, there are no heels on Monday Night Raw. Who the heels? Sheamus?
Yeah, Sheamus.
Randy Orton?
Cause that shit.
I mean, Sheamus is here to everyone else. He's a baby face to Drew. But honestly speaking, Sheamus has kind of been tweener. Ever since he broke kick Chad Gable, he's been kind of tweener. I can't call him a true heel.
Whatever happened to Chad Gable?
So who's the heels on the show? Randy Orton? The Hurt Business?
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
That's it. Oh, I'm sorry. Retribution, I guess.
Retribution.
What are they for? Are they gonna go for gold?
I don't know, son, but I don't take them seriously anymore. I really don't.
I mean, I haven't taken them seriously ever. You know, I thought the Mustafa Ali turn was brilliant.
Yeah, and then
it's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, now they fucked it up.
You know,
like, the man is such a fucking coward. It's not even funny, dog.
Yeah, and he's, you know, he is the bitch heel. Granted, I will say this, and this is some praise to WWE, believe it or not. I don't know if you've noticed, Retribution has been losing, but noticeably, Ali has not taken a pinfall.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Noticed, he's actually the only person who's won anything in Retribution either. So, at least he's actually looking like a leader. He gets the job done, and he doesn't lose. So I will give them that benefit. Outside of that, man, ain't no other benefits to this fucking shit. Garbage. So I don't know.
But yeah, like bro, it's just been one thing after another when it comes to that shit, dog. Speaking of, did you see NXT or see what happened in NXT?
I mean, I know what happened. I didn't really watch. I saw what happened.
Yeah.
Well, no, I did watch some of it towards the end. I missed like the first hour.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was entertaining. It's just that crowd shit is actually starting to eat away. So. And yes, there was like they announced war games between Pat McAfee's group and what's it called. And while I love fucking war games, something fierce, I was like, this would have been 2 times more exciting had there been a fucking crowd. Like, yo.
Well, you know, there are matches that I think should be held off until crowds, but NXT is so devoid of anything right now. It's, you know, it's a good show. It's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's still a good show. But they're so devoid of everything. They're so devoid that they kind of need working. I do agree that it's not the same without a crowd, because that match is not going to be the same without a crowd. It never will be. But NXT doesn't have shit. They really don't. So I think, you know, now I will say the women's War Games match, it's kind of random.
Yeah, I was wondering who the fuck and why the fuck. Is it because they just need to have a women's War Games match now? I was like, the fuck is this? But then I was like, it's like Shotzi Blackheart versus the
Yeah, but there hasn't been much turmoil there. I mean, okay, it's been like a couple of weeks. She ran over her tank. It doesn't feel. It feels like. So when it first happened, it was a mixture of feuds, right? A mixture of different feuds, just kind of combusting into one thing. This is when Io Shirai was heel. She was feuding with Candice. You know, Shayna was feuding with Rhea. It was like 4 different feuds mocked into one. Yeah. And by all those feuds being in the ring, they said, "Fuck it, War Game." Now it's like, and those feuds were happening over months, so it kind of makes sense now. This Shotzi and Candice literally been happening for all but 2 weeks. She ran over a tank. Ooh. They beat up Tony and ooh, that requires War Games. No, it doesn't. It doesn't require War Games. I'm not saying it's not going to be a good match, but it doesn't require War Games.
No.
At least the Adam Cole Pat McAfee thing makes sense.
Yeah.
They had a match. You know, Pat lost. He obviously is not done with Undisputed Era. He formed a group of his own. They've been taking out Undisputed here systematically, leading up to War Games.
Yep.
You know, it's a little rushed, but this is the way of the nature. But at least that makes a little bit more sense, because we know that Pat has been feuding with at least Adam Cole, and by proxy, that includes Undisputed Era by proxy.
Yeah, and I understand it.
So, yeah, right. It makes sense. The Shotzi thing, way too soon. It's not even. They haven't been feuding for a month, really.
That's why I said, like, yo, it needs a fucking, I don't know, dog. It needs a crowd, son.
Yeah, it does. But, you know, I've kind of, at the same time, though, I'm also kind of like not gonna worry about too much because at the end of the day, this is the world we live in, and I feel like it's best to get used to it because we don't know how it's gonna be as far as the pandemic. Places are already thinking about going back to lockdown.
Yeah.
Basically going back to phase 1, like all over again. Why? You know, I'm not going to debate that here, but it's like at some point, things could be like this for a good while. WWE's not going to just randomly throw out fans like AEW is doing yet.
Wait, so, what is AEW doing? What did you say AEW was doing?
No, AEW has fans at their show.
Oh, yeah.
I said WWE's not going to just put fans in the show like AEW.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Speaking of AEW, they're killing it. Like I've had no issues the last couple of weeks, and the promos that I've heard from the last couple of weeks are just fucking fire, son.
Do you know why AEW is doing good for itself?
Why?
Because there's a sense of continuity.
Yep.
Nothing's forgotten. There's everything that happens, for the most part.
Yeah.
Minus their women's division.
Yeah, the women's division is notoriously shit.
It's done with purpose.
Yeah.
There is a reason why it's happening. Whether it's before, whether it's at the end of the match, or in the match. And plus, since they have the win-loss standings, every match means something. Even a random Jungle Boy match means something because if Jungle Boy wins, he can move that much closer to maybe getting a title shot. So, and honestly, they're not doing too much different in terms of WWE and a lot of things. The problem is not the problem, but the thing is, everything they do matters, and nothing WWE does matters.
Hey,
win-loss records matter in AEW.
Oh yeah, it does. Give me just a second. Give me just. All right. What were we saying? Oh yeah, AEW. Yeah, AEW is surprisingly, but again, besides the women's division, surprisingly doing it right because they know how to do everything, bro. Like they know how to do it. Like the promos be fire. Again, the only problem we have is their women's division is it's just bad, son. It's just bad. I don't know why they do that, but one day we'll see.
I mean, it's not that hard. Like, a lot of people are making it seem like AEW is doing like this such a difficult thing to make wrestling fun. And it's not difficult at all.
Oh, WWE makes
what they did because they don't think. AEW, everything is important just by the simple fact that they have those standings or whatever, those top 5 standings. That alone makes every match matter. You could throw out there a random Jungle Boy versus Kip Sabian match, and you may question why this is even happening. But at least you know that there's standings, meaning in some way the match matters at least matters a little bit because there are standings. And whoever wins can possibly move up into the stands and possibly get a title shot at some point. It's very simple. WWE doesn't have it. You can lose for months and get a title shot for doing nothing, or lose for 6 months straight, win a fatal 4-way. You're automatically number 1 contender. Why was you even in the fatal 4-way to begin with? You haven't won a match in months.
Yeah, that happens.
Dolph Ziggler, looking at Dolph Ziggler.
It should have been.
I love Dolph is great, but this man lose. Think it's a title shot. What have you done? Again, before his official burial, Aleister Black was undefeated for like a year. He didn't lose a match until he lost his match with AJ in that, like 3-person match. He fought Luke Gallows first, then he fought Carl Anderson, and then he fought AJ Styles. That was his first loss. He didn't get a United States title shot. He didn't have an opportunity for a title. He gets ceremoniously thrown off a roof off Money in the Bank as if there was no care. It's like, what the fuck? That's why no one. It's like that's why no one. That's why it's so hard for me because that don't make nothing mean anything. AEW did a simple thing. We have standings. Every match means with just the standings alone. At least every match has some sort of meaning.
Oh yeah, they do have the standings now, so it's like, yo, now everyone fights, and like the fights are just gonna be meaningful, even if it's just for I want the #1 rank. You know what I mean? It's gonna make more sense now.
It means something, even if you question why is the match happening when there's so much other things that should be happening on the show. At least the match, in some point, will matter because it adds a win to whomever wins, and they can potentially be in the top 5 for a title shot, and then possibly get a title opportunity.
Sorry, that actually makes sense. Like thinking about it. Well, yeah.
So that's why AEW succeeds because it's simple shit.
Yes.
I'm not saying WWE standings. I'm not saying WWE needs to do the whole standings, but at least make the wins and losses matter. If you're a Tyrus O'Neil and you've been losing for the last 2-3 years straight, you should not be given you shouldn't be given a chance at anything. Your chance for a title match comes at the Royal Rumble. If we don't have the people, and even then, if there's 30 other people qualified, you're not getting in that either.
Oh, that makes sense. And then there's Friday, bro. I just watched the what the fuck am I saying? I just watched the Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre sign a contract, which to me was completely odd. I've never seen the two people sign a contract before a Survivor Series match. Have you?
They no, but they do this shit because WWE and contracts. It's like, you would think every title match that happens on a pay-per-view, when do y'all sign the contract? I don't see Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre sign a fucking contract. I don't see Bobby Lashley sign no fucking contracts.
Exactly.
Why do we have to continue to always do contract signings? What's the point? Granted, the promo for Roman was good.
Oh yeah,
but again,
the promo was fire. It's just like, at the end of the day, I was just like, don't really care.
Because they shouldn't have done this match.
Huh?
They should have done this match this soon either. Anyway, but yeah.
Like that was pretty fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I was like, yo, why are they signing a contract? Who does this? Like, why is this a thing?
For a non-title match, no less.
For a non-title match, and I was just like, do we really need these motherfuckers to sign a contract? This just makes it look weird, considering that I've never seen anybody sign a contract. Like when the Shield fought the New Day for that Survivor Series, did they sign a contract? No.
Exactly.
Like that shit was.
By the way,
huh?
By the way, I gotta switch subject. I don't know if you noticed this during the SmackDown show. Jumping from the Drew McIntyre part right quick. What was Buddy Murphy wearing?
I have no idea. He's wearing some weird ass pants.
No, it's not the pants. That's his little disciple pants. Did you know what was on his pants?
No, I didn't look.
If you look closely, you remember how Seth Rollins used to have he had his little Target logo, whatever.
Yeah.
Like a Target.
Yeah.
Seth, Jesus. Buddy had basically that logo on his knee pad, but he also had on on his tights in red Messiah Slayer.
What the
Now,
fuck?
now, I'm pretty sure. I hope anyway. It was a jab, just to get in mind of Rollins. Rollins was always a slayer of shit, King
Yeah.
Slayer, Beast Slayer, Rating Slayer. So I'm hoping it was just like a so-called mind games thing, but it looks stupid. I'm like, what the fuck, Messiah Slayer? I guess, but at least Buddy Murphy won. That's the important thing.
Dog.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's I'm going back and look at it now. That looks pretty fucking dumb. Oh
Mm-hmm.
Lord Jesus, no! Why did they do this?
Like I said, I hope this is like a getting in the head of Rollins. I hope he should not come back out. He should not come out in that next week. He should come out to his other retarded looking shorts, but at least that was an original design.
Yes,
Hopefully, he
his
comes
shorts.
out in that.
His shorts. I've never liked it. I've never fucking liked it. But
I never liked it, but at least it's an original. At least it's something original.
that is factual information.
Like I haven't seen really anyone wear that type of shorts or cup and shit like that. So I mean, for me, it's like I don't really like it per se. But Buddy Murphy makes it work for one, and two, it's unique to him.
Yeah. I'm just glad he got a win, but my problem with this dub that he got, what did it do?
Well, hopefully, and I say hopefully because we don't know. Hopefully, this moves Murphy up the card to eventually maybe challenge Sami Zayn. I'm asking for too much, I know, but hopefully, he did beat Seth Rollins after all. Um, Also, you have to remember Seth Rollins will be gone soon, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Survivor Series because this card is looking, eh.
Well, I mean, the card is because like Solid Monster says, like JD says, like a lot of people say, champions should not be losing. But now, a champion has to lose. Like Sami Zayn got pinned today, which didn't make any fucking sense to me.
I did not see that match. I literally skipped it. There's a reason I skipped it.
Yeah.
That match looked dumb as shit. Like, what was the match? What was the point of the match? Like, yo.
Tension between New Day and Street Profits, man. That's all.
Dog, that was so motherfucking pointless, dog.
I would say this though. It'd be nice if the Street Profits turn heel to beat the New Day.
Hold up, son. Okay, sorry. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. I wanted to cut that whole silence out. I was reading something. Something got fucked up in the mail for me. What were you saying now, Dagway?
I think you were talking, sir.
What was the last thing I said?
Yeah.
Huh?
And then we were talking about Murphy.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
talking about Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Survivor Series.
I don't remember.
Survivor
Yeah,
Series.
so, yeah, how the card looks bad. Not said no champion should be losing.
No champions should be losing, but we're gonna have champions losing left and right. But let's start with the men's. You know, I usually would be excited for this match, the 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match. But this year, I'm not. I'm not even close to being excited for it. I'm like legit, kind of like, I'm bored. It looks stupid because you got AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun, and Riddle, and Otis and Riddle. My bad, I read it wrong. Versus Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and Otis. When the fuck did Otis even qualify for the team?
I had Pierce put him in there. He said I could put one person in there. I put in Otis.
Okay. Then there's who do you think is gonna win that match, bro? I don't think it's gonna be
Team Raw.
You think Team Raw gonna win it?
I mean, they've been playing this fact that they can't get along for how long now?
Oh yeah. Well, Team SmackDown is Jey Uso's on the joint. I'm just like, yo, okay. Who are you about to beat on Team fucking Raw? And I remember he beat AJ Styles for some fucking reason. But whatever. We'll see. Just as long as the same two people are on that shit. Well, AKA fucking Shane McMahon. This would be like Braun Strowman's third joint in a row. Third or fourth joint in a row, which bugs me, but
I just think Team Raw wins. There's been no turmoil really between Team SmackDown, Team Raw. I mean, there is turmoil. I mean, you got Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens and shit like that, but
yeah,
there's been no like storylines that show them all, unhappy. So
yeah.
I think Raw wins.
Next we got the female one. Now that's Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Alana, Lacey Evans, and Peyton Royce. And honestly, I think Team SmackDown is gonna win because Nia Jax is gonna put Lana through a table again for some fucking why is this even a thing?
I feel like Team SmackDown should win.
Yeah,
but I don't think they will win. I think Lana is going to win this match for Team Raw.
Really?
Honestly, both Survivor Series matches look like Team because Team Raw's had this. The reason why I say that is because Team Raw has been having these like conflicts on their team, on both sides, and it's like okay, not necessarily with everyone else. Team Raw Women's has been having a problem with Lana. Team Raw just can't get along. So the obvious direction here is for them to get along for one night and win the match. Same thing with Lana. Lana's going to prove that she's not a piece of shit and worthless. So she'll get put through a table if forgotten the entire match. I predict Bayley will be the sole survivor of her team, thinking she won the match, and then Lana will probably come out from wherever, roll Bayley up, and win the match for her team.
Oh, you're probably right.
So I'm going for the Team Raw for both Survivor Series matches.
Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn. I can't even say that whole match.
I want to say it's I feel like Raw is going to win most of these except for like 2 or 3. It might be split. It's like I could see Sami Zayn outsmarting Lashley,
but I don't
like
see
getting Lashley disqualified.
Yeah.
Or like outsmarting Lashley, he gets a counter and then he gets that after the match to keep Lashley looking strong. I can see it, but I also see them trying to keep Bobby strong and just have him outright beat Sammy. My gut my gut tells me Bobby. But my head is telling me Sammy. So I'm just gonna go Sammy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Sammy because he is billed as a tactician now. Now we got the tag team championship matches. Match, and I honestly don't like. If I didn't care, I just don't care about this match, like at all. Like I legit,
I don't care about any of them, honestly, but I think Street Profits win.
I think the New Day is gonna win because they're the New Day, so they get instant cheat code.
You're right. But see, I just feel like they will win. And I thought about them maybe turning heel, but they can't do that because the next team to win his house will probably be the Usos when Jimmy come back, and they'll be heel, and they'll beat the Street Profits for the title. So I
Makes
think the Street Profits win clean against the New Day.
makes sense. The next match is probably going to be match of the night: Sasha Banks versus Asuka.
I think Sasha Banks.
Hey,
Asuka has. I mean, Sasha has really never beaten Asuka in like an actual straight up way.
mm-hmm.
I don't think she'll make Asuka tap. I think she might counter Asuka into like a small package or something, and get the pin, and catch Asuka by surprise on what I think happened.
Yeah, honestly, I also think that's what's going to happen as well. Yeah, that would be Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Or I think I would say Bailey would have got involved, but obviously what happened with her and Bailey. But consider that they're no longer a thing. I just honestly think Sasha Banks may actually get the W because she never got a W on Asuka before. Not in a straight up way. You're right. And
Yeah.
then there's the main event of the night, which they cleared. By the way, there's going to be a bullshit dual brand battle royale. I don't know if you saw that. That's probably going to be pre-show nonsense.
Probably.
Like, what the fuck is this even going to be for? Anywho, we got the main event, which is Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably think Roman Reigns is gonna win the match.
Honestly, I mean, neither one of them should be losing, but obviously, if one had to lose, it would definitely be Drew. I've thought about this. Saul Monster said on his podcast, so I'll say it here. I thought about it before I heard him say it. This is the way. There's an easy way to book this match, so no one loses really. But but no one who shouldn't take the pin takes the pin, or what I mean. So the champions don't take the pin. They wrestle, they do whatever, and they both go down, and just have Miz cash in. The match then becomes the league title, and at that point, even Roman can win it. But what happens is Drew, maybe counters a. I can see Drew sidestepping a Roman spear.
Uh-huh.
All right, and then he can either close. I think he'll clothesline Roman out the ring. Claymore to Miz.
Uh-huh.
And pin Miz, win the match. Miz fails his cash in, but Drew keeps his WWE title. And thus, you can continue that Roman feud at a later date. That's what I think. I know Saul Monster said that before. I was thinking about that as I was thinking of outcomes before I heard Saul Monster, but that's, what I think can happen. And I think that's the best scenario. Miz is Universal Champion. No, thank you. Miz is WWE Champion. No, thank you. Not this current version of Miz.
Dog, it's going to be so goddamn bad if he wins the belt, son. God, no. Oh, Lord, go God, son. Please don't.
Yep.
That would be so goddamn bad. And literally, there'll be some... Oh, Lord, no. Why would you give me nightmares like that, man?
I'm sorry, sir.
Also, this is the Survivor Series is going to be The Undertaker's final send-off again for the third fucking time.
I just hope he's actually done, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I do too. And I hope he doesn't go, actually, no, I can come back for one more match. I would be like, stop. Please stop. Just stop. Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ, bro.
It's gonna be a fucking shit show, man.
It's gonna be a fucking shit show, man. I can't wait, though. It's gonna be so fun. I just can't wait to see what a shit show it is. So, the next week when we review it, we're gonna remember this, and we're gonna be like, "Yo, this really was a piece of shit show."
I mean, the matches may be good. There's some potential time for, for some good matches. But again, I don't care about half of them, if any of them. So
You said what?
I said the matches could all be good on the show, but I don't care about any of them, so it doesn't matter to me.
There's only one match that I think is actually, like I said, there's only one match I think is gonna be good.
What, Sasha and Asuka?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll find out, man.
Of course, but that's why we're having a little bit of a. That's why we're talking about it now, our predictions, and then when when it happens, which is literally in a day and a half from now, we will all find out the horrible truth if this pay-per-view is worth it, and I have a funny feeling it ain't going to be worth it.
Exactly.
That being said, do you have anything else you want to say about the wrestling world before we wrap it up?
No, got nothing else.
Alright. Alright. I guess we can wrap it up. That being said, we'll catch you guys next week with the not only the review of this, but we can talk any more about the gaming stuff. Because next week we gotta talk about EA, bro. What the fuck is going on with these people? Alright. EA. We'll talk about it next week. Alright, guys, catch you later.